artist, a theater artist. I know what you're thinking. No, I do not have a drug or alcohol problem that relates to my manic depressive disorder who is tormented by my creative genius. I am not homeless nor broke. I've been doing theater for 9 years professionally now, and throughout my career, I have found people that I truly admire for being courageous and vulnerable on and off stage. I have also learned with them that working interdependently towards a common goal is the answer to civilization. Throughout my career, I've also had another group of people that has been very supportive to me, and that might be the group of people that you're most acquainted with. It's my family, friends, and society. I was an extremely lucky child. My parents were supportive from the beginning. And it is sad to say, but nowadays, most young adults don't have the support of their parents when they're trying to pursue their passion. Sorry, parents, I had to speak the truth. Actually, if it wasn't for my parents, I don't think that I would have ever gotten the joy of being on stage and connecting to an audience. They put me into dance classes when I was only 4 years old. This was my first character ever on stage. I got the opportunity to dance in the Great National Theater. I fell so much in love with that place that I even want to get married there. But that's a whole other story. And it all went downhill from there for my parents. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, parents, you are the roles in our lives that will either encourage us or support us to go for what we want. So please take that role seriously. My friends, I had a group of friends that were always beside me and were agreeing to be in my work, in my plays or in my films. Even though it was hours of work and rehearsal, we were normal kids playing outside, but they agreed to it. There was another group of friends that didn't really like being on the spotlight, but they would be there to support us and go see our work. These are the great friends today because they're the ones that are actually willing to pay for our work and they are not asking for comps. So if you're out there, please keep going because we need more of you in the arts world. Thank you. Society. Society taught me the crude reality that some things are marketable and some things just aren't. But that's okay. You can either decide to conform to that reality or you can change things a bit and make your stuff marketable. So all these perspectives are very important, but they're not the whole thing because you can't really blame the outside world or others for your pursuit or lack thereof. These are the real characters that I'm here to talk about today, not the ones in the outside world or the ones on stage, but the ones in here. Because hey, I was once where you are, trying to figure out what to do with my life, trying to stay true to myself while managing expectations. But like I said, you have to listen to the voices in your head. And there was one voice that came to my head and said, hey, little dude, just because you enjoy doing something, it doesn't mean that you're actually good at it. So the way I see it is you start by being unconsciously bad at something. You find something that you love doing and you start doing it and you just do it for the love of it. But one day you decide to turn your head up and look around and you see that there are other people doing the same thing, but somehow better. So you go out and look up for more information, maybe you read a book or you find a mentor or a teacher, and this is when you realize there's a technicality to learn in this thing. And you start to study it, and this is when you become consciously bad at it because you realize you're in a certain point and you want to get to another point. But you work hard with your mentor or with your videos and you start getting better at it. You understand the technicalities of the thing that you're doing and you get better and you work hard, and this is when you become consciously good at it. But somehow it turns only about the mastery and about perfection, and you forget why you started doing this thing in the first place. So you have to remember and reconnect with that thing, that essence, in order to earn to be unconsciously good at it. And this is where the magic happens. There was another voice in my head that was telling me, you're doing it the wrong way. And this is when questions started to pop up. And not the cool questioning everything in the world in order to learn way, but the nerve-wracking, nail-biting questioning kind of way. And this is when the voice came in my head that was saying this. Like I said, I was a very lucky child. I had people that loved me, and that were supporting me, but I still had to deal with someone. I still had to deal with myself.
Honey, 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 honey. Listen, the world is your cupcake, not your oyster. No, your cupcake. You can do and be anything you want. You want to be a dancer? Just go for it. You want to be a singer? Oh, just do it. You want to be an aerial contortionist? Oh, child, just jump. Go for it. Let's do a vision board. Let's do a vision board and ask the universe for it. I'm sure it will give it to you because you deserve it. You don't even have to do anything. You're able just because you are and you exist. Oh, bless your heart, child. Bless your heart.
Are you crazy? What would you say your passion is? Wrong. That's not a passion. Look for another one. What is that? How are you gonna make a living? How is that even a career? You can't measure that. Empathy? Expression? What is that? The only passion you should be thinking of pursuing is the one that has been passed through generations. Like law. Medicine. Something more normal. Yeah. Be more normal.
Whatever. I can do anything I set myself to do, and I don't need you or anyone else to be telling me what I'm supposed to be doing, or wanting for that matter. I'm gonna become something and someone, and I'm gonna be successful. And then you're gonna be like, geez, I wish I could have known what was coming. And then, in your face! Who's crazy now?
Guys. Wait, maybe the other dude was right. Maybe we shouldn't be going for something so ludicrous. Maybe we should be looking for something more secure. Something we are more prone to be successful in, like basket weaving. Yeah, we don't like failing. Remember, we don't like that. I don't know if we want to go for that. That's not secure.
Honey, 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 honey. Listen.
Ask the universe for it in your face!
That's not a passion.
Who's crazy
And
now?
the world's your cupcake.
Successful.
Honey.
We don't like failing.
That's not a
Let's
passion.
do a vision board and ask the universe for it. Who's crazy
Bless
now?
your heart, child.
So what do you want? What would you want to want besides what you've been told to want? What makes your heart tick? What makes your eyes widen? What gives you butterflies in your stomach? What makes you feel most you, most beautiful, most alive? What would you choose if fear of failure didn't exist? These are the real questions that we should be asking ourselves. Because really, we have to take responsibility for what we choose. And above all, we should be doing these things from love and not out of fear of if it's the right thing or fear of what they'll say. Because in the end, the characters are in you. And passion is not a thing of the outside world that will make you feel better about what you're doing, or an already written path that you have to succeed in. Passion is not a thing. It's not about pursuing a passion, a thing. You don't believe me? Let's look at some numbers. So what do you think is the percentage of people in the world that are pursuing their passion? I have no idea. I really don't. But what do you think is the percentage of people in the world that are capable of finding that passion within? Yep, 100%. Again, passion is you. It is something that we have as little children, and we just have to remember to enjoy the little things and bring out that passion in everything we do in order to see more of what we love in this world. Because passion is in you, and if you go along the way and you start to learn about these characters and meeting them in your journey, stop and listen, because you might learn a thing or two about yourself. And if you find that thing that inspires you, hold on to it. But don't hold on to the thing. Hold on to the feeling. Become acquainted with that feeling. Make it the most familiar feeling in the world, and then just realize it's coming from you. And it's as simple as that. Just bring it out in every single thing you do. Realize that these voices are just aspects of yourself. They are in you. Even if you see them in the familiar faces of the people around you, they are perspectives that you know, so don't get fooled by that. Just listen to yourself, reconcile those ideas in order to find you. Because passion is more about about how you decide to do life than what you end up doing for a living. Thank you.